good day. That's probably what I should say, is good day. I think it's going to be a beautiful day outside. I'm hoping for that. The sun is shining. I can see it through the crack in the door. But in Denver, they're having a big old snowstorm. I mean, big flakes. I looked at the weather, scrolled through these places. Denver is real close to where I live in Colorado. And boy, those flakes were huge. So it is snowing. And I looked out a little bit ago and it looked nice. So I'm going to count on that. So I'm sorry, but maybe my hair won't get in my face so much because it will not be as fly away. Not sure what we'll talk about. I don't know what's interesting out there, when I run out of words. I do talk a lot. Let it flow and see what comes out. You never know. And I do have some water over there. I need some water. Okay, so I'm only charged up to like 70. Well, maybe it's 80, 79%. So we'll see how far I get to go. 42% is not enough. I ran out that one day. And my battery was pretty low when I came out here. I guess I better plug that in so that can be charging too. I'm going to put you right over here. Sorry about the glare. Doggone it. No, we don't want to glare. Put you over there. Okay, I just want to plug in my iPad. Because it's way low. Way low. All right, I'm going to have some water. We're just going to go for a short walk. Maybe I've been walking too much. My bones have sure been hurting. It's like, what the heck, man? I'm wanting to walk to make them stronger, and I'm hoping that's what they'll do. But I do tend to walk awful fast. And I shouldn't do that. Really, just a walk is good. Just a walk. You don't have to have it be brief and fast and stuff. Just need to get my heart pumping and the blood going around in my body everywhere it needs to go. That's probably something to think about. We need to pump the blood. And then we need something good in that blood to feed us. And I am not good at that. I made boiled eggs this morning. There's still a glare there. I know there is. It's just my glasses, is how it looks through my glasses. Okay. All right, let me finish drinking some water and we'll go outside. I think one of the last times that I walked anyway, I had to take my coat off. I got hot. But right now in this garage, I'm chilly. So we'll see. The shade does that, I love it up here in Washington. I mean, when you go out into the countryside, I love it. So I found some dirt on my coat. Okay, let's see. Because the countryside around here, it's just green. Lush grass. Trees, pine trees. There's other kinds of trees too, but the pines. And then there's ferns growing. If you go driving up the mountain area, it's really green. And there's usually like a stream on one side. I love moss. I think moss is so velvety, it's so pretty. I really like it. And you find that up here in the woods. I like the woods. I could see me being a little fairy. I said fairy, but I was going to say nymph. I don't know what it is, but somebody who's frolicking around in the woods. that has wings so I can fly. I can see this little person in my head, but I don't know how to draw. But you see her on TV all the time, or in those movies. You know, like Tinkerbell. We named one of our puppies Tinkerbell. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get ready to go outside. Warming up my hands. Do I want to put my gloves on or not? I think I'm going to try without, but right now they're ice cold. Okay. All right, so hopefully my voice will hold out. I'm so glad there's sun. Okay. And I'm looking up in the trees. And they're seeming a little bit still. I'm hoping they'll stay still. Okay. Yeah, I know. Need to get out here and clean this place up. And really, I just had a thought. I mean, if I had the money, I would buy this place myself. You know, it's a nice house. And I could see it being a great investment. Really can. Oh, my legs. But no monies. I do have things, but I don't know that I'd have enough for that house. And it's still a ways away from everybody. Everybody needs to move over here. However, I do miss the trees. The further you get to the coast, the more trees you find. You know, like the woods, the forest. Okay, most everybody has watched that. What's it called? Twilight, okay? Twilight. It's filmed up there by my girlfriend's place. My girlfriend lives in Kalama, and part of it was filmed right there. The high school, they used the high school up there, but the forest is just beautiful up there. There's a lot more trees where people haven't taken them out. See, that's what's happening. Besides the logging community, the people are building houses all the time, and it takes trees. But people will buy property that has trees, and then they'll cut the trees down and pay for the property. But there's just a lot of losing of this woods up here. I'm surprised they still have some. Anyway, I love the woods. That's what I would call it, the woods. Or the forest. It sounds foreign to say forest, but it is what it is. Lots of green life. See, in North Carolina, that's where I was born, and I was there until I was in the 7th grade. And we lived on the edge of the forest in one place, because it was, they had gone in there and made a subdivision. The church was there. There was a church building built there, and everybody, the members of the church, all kind of congregated and bought the places around the church. So it was just wonderful. The church was just right down the street, and the whole block, everybody was members. So it was a trip. I remember that. I was in the 5th and 6th grade there. That's where I was riding a bicycle and listening to music and dancing at the same time. That's what my dad said. You know, you're not very old at that. What did I say, 4th and 5th? That just popped out of my head, so it must be right. Because I've gone down this trail before trying to figure out the different schools I went to. I went to a lot of different schools because Mom and Dad were always moving, trying to get better jobs. And it worked for him. He worked in the propane industry, and he sold propane. And then he managed propane stores where you would order your propane out of the house or come in and have it filled up. You know, like bring a bottle in, have it filled up. And these big oil, I don't know what those units were called, but I'll just say oil-filled workers. They would come in with this huge, because see, okay, I worked for Dad at a propane company later in life, okay? But I was talking about when I was a little kid. He was selling propane. But anyway, I was also talking about this rig that would come in. It had two, I'm not sure the size now, probably 250-gallon propane tanks on the back of the rig, okay, 2 of them. And I would fill those up. You can't fill them up past 80%. And them guys would always push the limit. Try to get me to push the limit. I'm going, you can't do that. And then you know what happened? Well, they didn't like the fact that I wouldn't do that. But it was because of safety, okay? Because propane is very dangerous, volatile. It will pop off. It has to have room to expand. You cannot put it full of liquid. Anyway, I think they probably took their business elsewhere. I'm not sure. But what happened is they found somebody who would fill it up more. And then they had this big old garage. And all these units were all parked up and down that. And they parked them in the damn garage. I'm not sure if the part was open. I think the front was open. I'm not sure. You would think it would, because those rigs were huge. So, but the point is, one of them caught fire, burned the whole thing down. All these rigs and everything. Not on my watch. But you know, you gotta abide by the rules. Because there's a reason for that. Anyway, Bob's Hot Oil, I believe, was the name of the business. Yeah, you can't go up past 80%, or you should not. You know, some people will push the limit, especially if they're fixing to use it immediately. But you got to use it immediately. Just not a good thing to do. You know, 80%, that's all. Because you want to work on the fumes. You have to have room for the fumes. Not just because you want to work off of it, that's what you need to work off of. But it has to have room to expand. And when it's really cold, it will condense, and so you can put more in it. And I don't know if that works out to how that works out, but when it's really cold, it condenses. But when it's warm or hot, you know, what you got is the sun beating down on these tanks. I painted my tank aqua blue. We were going to try to make one of those memes, you know, the yellow head and the blue trousers or whatever, overalls. We were going to make our propane tank look like that. But it was just easier to paint it one color. So that's what I did. It's a pretty color. Okay. Yeah, I'm walking fast again because I'm just not paying attention. I think I'm jarring my bones. And actually, I need to gain some weight. I don't know. It's hard to tell if somebody's there. Oh, really, what I need to do is get my tummy in shape. get my body stronger and get some muscle. I've noticed my legs are quite skinny. I don't like that. But I don't eat well. So that has something to do with it, I'm sure. Okay. Still walking too fast. Okay, slow down, girl. Okay. I was like on a train going fast here. But yeah, maybe that is what's wrong with my body. Need to put it to good use. But really, a couple, 3 years ago, I could not walk like this. I would be out of breath. Just, maybe 10 feet, if I remember right. These are good signs, guys. If that's happening to you, something's wrong. Wake up. Say, oh, this isn't the way I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I had a lot of ground that I could have been walking on, but it was really rough ground. It's not like it was a smooth deal. I did start walking up and down the driveway, and the driveway was pretty long. But I really didn't do it enough. I should have been doing it the whole time. When you're on the go, then you don't have to worry about that. Like when I delivered pizza, oh my God. Oh, that was an exercise, man. Because I was always in a hurry. I was delivering pizza. And some of these orders were pretty big. Anyway, I would have to load the car, haul them out, load the car. Then I had to get them out of the car once I got there, take them up to the door, wait for them to answer the door. And then, not to mention the getting in and out of my car. Back then it was okay. But I think I'm feeling some of the telltale signs of it. Because my car was sitting down low to the ground. So not only are you getting out of the car, swinging your body around, but you're going up. Yeah. I had a little Honda Civic. Well, there's some people. Way. First time I've seen people there. Little Honda Civic hatchback. Cute little car. Zipping all over the place. It was a fun car. But really low to the ground. So, no. Not at this age. I would not be able to do that. But I think I'm paying for that. That's what I was saying. Climb up the stairs here. Ah, my neck. Well, it's a beautiful day here, and I know I've already said it. It's snowing in Denver. Damn. I mean, those flakes were huge. Because I got it on my weather app. Okay, I'm going to step down. It's a beautiful day. I know, I repeat myself. Okay, there's a trail. That is a big trail, man. Okay, looky. Why is there a trail? Look how far it's going. You see it? Okay, I'm gonna go back this way. Now the sun's gonna be right in your eyes. And then look how far it's still going. I mean, the plane is in sight. And I saw a plane with no tail on it whatsoever. So, tell me there isn't something going on. They're doing something anyway. Maybe it isn't bad, but maybe it is. Yeah, I need to get out here and clean up all this garbage. I would. I'd love to have this house. But if I really had my ruthers, of course I'd have this house and then what I want too. And then not that it would ever happen. I like land. I still like land. I just would like a different scenery for my land. I love the woods. That'd be cool. I have 68 acres. That's not a whole lot, really. It isn't. Should have been 80. Should have been put together with the house up there, but somehow they separated it, and one person bought the house and the other person got the land. And then I traded my house for that land. I left a very nice house behind. Oh, but a place I didn't want to live. It'll be good for somebody brand new coming in, and if you get in there and you get to know your neighbors and you get to know and become involved, find out the hangouts where people are and go out and see them. And then they have meetings, town meetings you can go get in on. But no, I kept to myself. So then they started making up things. They don't know you, they just make up stuff. So don't do that. But it was a cute little town. A little town called Downs, Kansas. It's almost to smack in the middle of the United States. And the world's largest ball of twine. See, there's like two of them, and I'm not sure what one was the difference, but one started with the rope in the middle going around and round and round and round and round, and it's humongous. Okay, and then I think I heard of another one that they add rope to it every year, and it's huge. But it might not have started down as a little tiny ball. I don't know what the difference really is. But this one is almost smack in the middle of the United States, both north and south and east and west, okay? Not quite. Downs is really close, and then Cocker City is just a little ways over, I think, to the east. And it is the little town that has that ball of twine. I like to be in the middle of the road so I don't trip as easily. All I know is my back hurts. I want to dance. I don't know if my body will let me. But it's letting me walk anyway. Dad thinks I'm walking too much. Because I sit down, and after I sit down for a while, it's hard to get up. It takes me a minute to get up. But anyway, I think it's still good to walk. I just need to control myself. So today has to be the 14th. I was quite busy on the 13th. I'm not sure how many videos I put up. But see, I was making up for lost time because I had the videos, but I couldn't upload them or something. Anyway, I ran out of space. So I had to do some maneuvering to figure out how to get them on there. But thank goodness I did figure out some things. That is when it's good to have an iPad. I mean, there's a lot of reasons good to have that second screen. I don't know how to use the split screen on different things. But I use my phone and my iPad. And my iPad's got twice as much memory, and I haven't been using it for the recording. But I did find, once I made enough space, my movies and my photos do sync with each other, okay? So I can take them off of, I'm not sure about that. I think I've seen that, but I don't dare do that. Anyway, what I've been able to do is I figured out that I could still take the movie with my phone, but it takes forever to sync with my iPad before I can get it uploaded. So if I do it on my phone, and if I have plenty of room, it's a pretty fast process. Even though it's still slower than I want it to be, it's a lot faster. And then Dad's internet's not really the best. It's kind of slow. I don't think it ought to be, but it is. I think he should have a whole lot better plan going on for his TV, too. In other words, don't have the internet and then have apps, because you end up just watching a couple, 3 of them anyway. He's got certain channels he watches. And then when I get to use the TV, I have certain ones that I want, which is Hallmark. And I have been recording on his DVR some things, so that if we just remember to go to the DVR, then we can watch those whenever we want. Instead, Dad is in that routine, and I don't know how many other people are, but he has his schedule all around his TV shows. And he has, that's not kidding. And then he also watches it twice, but then he also sleeps through it, so I can see why he would do that. But like Heartland, we found now that Heartland's on another couple of channels he can go to. And I made the DVR, I set it to where it does all the Walker, Texas Ranger episodes that are going on at that one time frame. So there's several of those now, and I've got some Heartland going on. But also during Christmas I did all those Christmas romance movies, so I need to go and watch those and delete them, I guess. Keep the very bestest ones, because the DVR is like 98% full. And I'm not quite sure how to quit them. I mean, I thought that I had stopped them from doing the repetitiveness on a couple things. I have The Chosen on there too, and I do love The Chosen. So that is, we just need to remember that the DVR is loaded, and then he has to know how to use it, which I have shown him. But the point is, it seems to me he's paying almost $200 a month for that, and he should not be. All he needs to do is pay for internet, and then figure out some apps. The Roku has a whole lot of stuff you can watch. And I imagine there's other things to do, like Apple TV. But you get the device, and you just use that. So he could probably save $100 there at least. And I've seen some places, it seems like in the city, there's so much more competition that you can get a really good price on the internet. And then even the people he's using have their bundles. You see, he doesn't need it or want it, the cell phone, okay? But they've got a real good price on cell phones. It's like in a bundle deal, I think. Okay, I can tell by panting. My arm is tingling. It's not good. There goes a motorcycle, just cruising down the road, so nice and mellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. Quite right. Do, 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 do. I love the Beatles music. That's what I should concentrate on too, huh? Strawberry fields forever. Misunderstanding all you see. But it's all right. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real. Do ah, do. I need to watch what I'm doing. That hurt. Strawberry fields forever. With eyes closed. Yeah, that hurt. I can feel it up in my neck on this side and my back over on that side. I wasn't looking, and I went to go up that curb, and there was a thing there, so I stumbled over it. Glad I wasn't going so fast. But yeah, I started to say that the other day. With bifocals, I said you have two visions. It's true, and then I was talking about the fact that I can turn it on a dime. And what happens is you've got these two visions, and as you're turning, it makes things wavy and dizzy. And then when you're trying to do the depth perception, there's a problem. But I wasn't even looking. I assumed that I was in the right spot, and I was not. Okay, here's that trail. La 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 la. It doesn't matter much to me. So it does when I get hurt. Oh, it's a UPS truck going by, so I come up on the curb. I need to go turn those lights off too. Okay, I want to go back down. It's a beautiful day. I probably could just go ahead and undo my jacket. Let the breeze come in. A cool breeze over me, wouldn't that be nice? And just the right weather. Okay. But I don't want to go a little further, so if I don't have any water with me. Yeah, clean water is really important, guys. I wonder if we have any. I run water through the Brita, and I know it helps, but I don't know what all it gets out. But it helps a lot. Don't be drinking water out of the tap, guys. Put it through a filter. Do that which is good for you. I don't know if buying water is, a good thing or not. As long as it tastes good. But if it tastes bad, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the story here. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real. Nothing to get something about. Strawberry fields forever. I like that song, can you tell? I like their very first music too, They're very simple, basic. I want to hold your hand. I don't know, that have to pop out now. I don't have them in my head, but that one is one of them. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. So please say to me something about I want to be your man. I don't know the words. I'll have to put my Pandora on when I'm in the house with the Wi-Fi. And I think I've got a Beatles station. You know how you can make your own station? I think I did that. Then they'll play the Beatles and other music that's like it, I guess. I just want the Beatles. So what are some other ones? Okay. Go back and find that movie. The Bee Gees are playing in it, and Peter Frampton. And it's called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. There's a lot of that Beatles music in there. It's all Beatles music. I just can't think of the songs right now. Good morning. That's somebody else. Good Morning Sunshine. But I know there's a do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. I love her and she's loving me. I feel good in a special way. Na 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 na. Good day, sunshine. I take a walk. Do 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 do. I wish I knew the words. Those were just popping out in my head a little bit. So what did that turn out to be, the Beatles or not? Because they do have one about the sunshine. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, do 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 do, da da da. I don't know the words. Anyway, when I'm 64. Okay, so what else is in that one? That movie. Lucy in the Skies with Diamonds was in that movie. And Strawberry Fields is in that movie. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, of course, I think that's a song too, would be in there. And the one I was just singing that I didn't know the words to, but when I get older, losing my hair many years from now, will you still be my Valentine? Will you still be my bottle of wine? It just came out. Okay. I don't know what other ones were in there, but there was a bunch of them. Because it was more or less a musical, but a musical of the Beatles music played by the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton. And then there were a lot of stars that played in that also. In other words, somehow they came together and they were all, you could see them all at the end. They were like all congregated together and a big old picture was being taken of them. Okay, let's see. There's some I really like in there. There's one where the girl dies. I just can't remember. They show her in a glass casket. What's the name of the song for that? I'm gonna have to listen to that. Just listen and look up Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And maybe it's the music to that album that is playing. I wish I could remember it. So what I'll have to do is when I get back to the house, I'll look it up on my iPad, and my iPad's in there charging, so it should be ready when I get back. I boiled some eggs. I probably already told you that. I boiled some eggs this morning. which will give you some protein. Every once in a while you can go over and eat an egg. You need to eat these things together is the deal. You're supposed to kind of balance it out. Like I could have half a baked potato along with whatever it was I just said. I got distracted. It's a nice sounding bike. I like the more mellow, and I like a nice ride. In other words, yeah, the bike is cool, my dear, but you need me a nice seat. Give me some support. Let me sit back. Now I'm going to hold you tight. That's what I'm going to do. And that will be a problem, I'm sure. So I don't want to inhibit your ability to ride your bike. I know. You want me to learn how to ride my own. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I crashed on a bike earlier. That's a story unto itself. I should write that down. When I was young, my daughter was really young. And the guy I was seeing at the time was going to teach me how to ride his motorcycle. Well, it was souped up for motocross, okay? And the throttle was such that you could let go of it and it wouldn't release. It would hold your speed. And there was this field behind Mom and Dad's house. It made a perfect little motocross thingy. It was this big old circle, but you know, then there was one spot that was thin. You had to go over just right. And then it curved, you know. So anyway, I didn't know what I was doing. And that boy did not tell me how to get off the motorcycle if I saw impending doom. God. I held on to the damn bike. And then my wheel went right next to a little tree. I don't even think there was 6 inches between the tire. In other words, you could go back and see the track of the tire next to the tree, okay? And so the tire went by the tree less than 6 inches from the trunk. So you know that the top part hit. Anyway, I can laugh about it now. I sure wasn't laughing then, I can tell you. There was a stack of pallets. You know how pallets are rigid wood? Okay, and they're stacked, and there's a corner. There comes to a corner of this rough wood. Well, I flew off the bike, okay? I flew off the bike, and I landed in my chest, right smack in the middle of my chest, in the corner of that stack of pallets. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. I really did. It took my breath away. I was gasping for air and in pain, and my mother had told me not to be doing that, and she says, you're going to get hurt, you know, so then you don't want to tell them that you did, but you did. Damn, I'm in there just dying, and I'm laying on the bed waiting for her to come home. She don't know anything's wrong. Anyway, she was not happy with me, and I was feeling all this pain, you know, but in her eyes, I deserved it probably. How cruel. Anyway, I was saying, oh God, oh God. I kept saying that over and over again. And she said, did you ever think to ask him or, you know, for help? No, I didn't. I was too busy saying, oh God. Well, you know what? That's probably crying for help if you look at it right. My mom and dad are a trip sometimes. But that was years and years and years ago, you know, because Jessica's, like I said, she's 47. So she was like, I'm not sure how old she was, 2 or 3. No, first thing, you're going to ride a bike. Know how to get off the damn thing. If you're going to crash let go of the bike, slide off the back, and let it just keep going. It's better that it gets hurt than you, unless it's like thousands of dollars and you know how to lay it down and all that good stuff, you know, but not me. Oh, that was so many years ago. So, let's say 45 years ago, okay? And 45 years ago, how old would I have been? I'm 69 to weigh a 45. There's a 4. So 24, is that how old I was? I bet that was right, about 24. Yeah, because I had Jesse when I was 22. Okay. Anyway. Danger, Will Robinson, don't do it. Another time you need to lock him in the closet. You're not going to do that. Anyway, you need better teachers. Not someone who's got his bike souped up for motocross track and then he's really not a teacher, you know. He's just teaching you what he knows. Left out a few important details. What happened was I was going through the gears, okay? I was trying to go through the gears. And I was doing everything just right. But then it got stuck. It wasn't going through the gears. And then, all of a sudden, it did go through the gears. So, I mean, all of a sudden, it speeded up. And that was right where there was that little path. I had to go across this little path or be in the ditch. And then I had to be able to curve. And what you need to do that a little bit slower, especially since you don't know what you're doing. But, oh no. The gear that I've been trying to do finally did, and the throttle over here, how he had it was set to stay. So even though I let go of it or whatever, it did not let go. So instead of being able to curve when I was supposed to, I went straight on, and that's where that tree was. So I flew off and went to the left, and the bike went to the right or to straight or wherever. Maybe it got stopped, you know, because it hit the tree. I know it did. The handlebar, I hate to call it a handlebar. What would you call it? A thing you steer the bike with. It's got the gears on it. Okay, this is going to be my last time, I think. Yeah, that trail's still there, just moving along. Sliding along the sky. There goes another one. You know, it's really neat out at my property sometimes. At night it is. You can see the stars so well. And I've said it on a different video, just don't know where. I was out there staring in the sky. And things were moving. There was this thing that moved. In other words, it was like standing still, and then all of a sudden took off. All of a sudden, and it was going back and forth and stuff. It was weird, okay? Now, I don't know how far away that was, but it had to have been a long ways away. It was like a star up there. So what's tripping with that? I know Joe said that they test prototypes and stuff. You know, they test them in some canyon, probably in New Mexico. But anyway, they test them out there where people won't see, but sometimes they see things. And they are told it's a UFO, or they saw things. They didn't see anything. But it was actually our technology that we don't know about. There's all kinds of stuff out there we do not know about. I'm going to pass the house once, but I think I'll be able to stay slow. I've tired up, tired down, whatever. Oh man, my body. I need to go back to Boomers Forever Young. I like that, Forever Young. I need to do that. I need to reverse my aging process. And I want to take vitamins. I do believe in vitamins. I have a story that goes with that too. But to have them in powder form and take them all at once, and it's in a drink, even though it is expensive, to me it was expensive. But that's because, you know, money doesn't flow with me. But I was, I was doing so bad. I'm so much better. But of course, that tumor coming out did make a big difference in how I felt. I'm tired now. That is a cute little truck. Little Chevy GMC. Surely you still call them a Chevy. Let's see what it says on the side. I'm walking on somebody's driveway. Canyon. Canyon. Here, I'm closer now. That is adorable. That is an adorable truck. Okay. I'm at my turning point, so I'll be up at my house here in a little bit. Yeah. Life is gonna have some major changes in it pretty soon. Right now I'm just in a don't know mode. I don't know what the future's gonna bring. I have dreams and aspirations, but that's what they are. Dreams and aspirations. Okay, so I'm almost at the house. I'm gonna stop. So I don't wear my little body out too fast. The idea is to build her up. But I need to do some of those, and I know I said it before, but I need to figure out how to do the chair yoga. Chair yoga and something else. But the chair yoga is good, so I need the support of the chair. Just need to get it done. All right, I go in the house now. So prepare you for the squeaky door, okay? Okay. I'm gonna sit down, I'll look and see how long it's been. Oh my, almost an hour, 53 minutes. That's not an hour, but it's getting close. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about this house. It is lovely, it really is. So I told him, man, the minute it goes on the market, it's sold. And sometimes people want to move fast. You have to, you know, be firm about it or be ready to go. He said he's not going to sign on anything. He's going to check out a few different realtors to see what they say the value is. I haven't told him that I'm even interested because it just dawned on me that I'm very interested. That's funny. I mean, because, you know, you might want something, think about it and want something, and then you know that there's no way you can have it. So you don't think about it. Same thing with other things in your life. something you want so bad, but is it even possible that you can have it? Reality check. You need a reality check. But I do need to go home and sell stuff, you know? And I can put my property up for sale. But if I did, you know what, I thought about putting it up for cash or trade. And then what I'm looking for. I like Colorado, but further south. And you know, it's for climate reasons. I think there's a place called Parker that's, you're coming out of the mountains a little bit, and I don't even know if they're really what you call mountains, but I had to go through there, okay? I had to go through there a roundabout way to get through Denver and not have to go through all that traffic. I believe is what the situation was. I'm not sure. But Parker is beautiful. It's probably very few people. It's a small community. I understand they don't have a lot of laws against the dogs, because that's what I was told, I should move to Parker, because I had a problem where I lived, both where I lived on that property, because my neighbors, people always get in your business. Maybe sometimes you need them to get in your business, but I was doing good. But it was taking everything I had. I had too many dogs. But nevertheless, was what they were telling me. The people that I worked with on the dogs told me about Parker, because they don't care if you have dogs. So I think a lot of breeders did go there. But the other fact is, it's beautiful. The climate is more mellow. Because like where I'm at, the climate has all 4 seasons, and it's quite extreme. You know, maybe Parker has all 4 seasons too. I'd have to look that up. But I know I went through there, and it wasn't that much of a place, and it was pretty. And at that point in time, it was they didn't care about the dogs. That's probably what I liked it for. You need to be careful what you're doing out there. Look up the rules and regulations and what people expect. Can't have dogs. And I'm hungry. How about you guys? Have you eaten yet today? What have I had? I started eating some boiled eggs, but I didn't. They're still on the counter, so I need to go finish those. And then we didn't have a traditional breakfast at all this morning. Dad wanted lima beans, and that which I just said, which I've already forgotten what it was. Eggs, boiled eggs. I boiled some eggs. So we ate boiled eggs and lima beans. But I just grabbed a bite here and there. I didn't sit there and eat them. I know beans are good for you, but these beans also have carbohydrates. But you have to take in the other things, like if it has fiber, if it has protein, then you can subtract those things from the carbs to see how many you have left. Because some of it seems like it's pretty high carbs, but maybe there's something to take away from it. I don't know if I got that far. So just remember that when you're counting carbs, do the add up the fiber and the protein, and you can take that much away from the total carbs. And total carbs is your sugar and whatever else makes carbs, I guess. You know, like bananas. Bananas have a lot of carbs. I'll have to look that up. I don't even know, but I know that it turns to sugar. Banana turns to sugar pretty quick. Yeah, you're supposed to give fruit the boot. And I'm not sure if that's for diabetes, I'm sure. But anything that turns to sugar is not good for cancer. Okay. I had some broccoli yesterday. I love broccoli. I just need to remember to do that. Have greens, some veggies. You can have all the meat you want and all the veggies you want for diabetes. Okay. And like I said, it's still, you look at it the same. You don't want sugar in either case, because cancer loves sugar and diabetes loves sugar. Actually, I don't know if I should say that, because diabetes has me dumbfounded, but I know it has to do with something's not letting the sugar in. Okay, you got sugar, we need sugar. Okay, so the sugar is being fed to all these cells, and there are cells not letting it in because of some weird reason. I don't know what the reason is. So it's really not, when you're taking diabetes medicine, you're messing with the sugar because you got so much of it, because it's not doing what it's supposed to. It's not going into the cells. So your cells aren't being fed. I think I'm right. Don't hold me to it. But I do have the symptoms of diabetes. I just got it down to 135. Then I called today to make my appointment and was told by the central scheduling people that the doctor that ordered it used the wrong code. He needed an updated code. And then they'll try and get it passed through again. See, if all this stuff would have just happened before the first of the year, it was all approved. And it still will be approved, but I don't even have my card. All my stuff went to my place in Colorado, and hopefully Joe has put it on the table or put it somewhere safe in my trailer. But I need my documents, and they're there, and I need to take care of some different things. Don't have to take care of everything, Joe, but I need to take care of a lot of things. Get it off my plate. Figure out what I can do. Get the deeds fixed. One deed, I need to take care of the deeds for Downs. And yeah, that would be a worthwhile project too, but it would be a project, and it would take money. It would take supplies. It would take my tools. I got a ton of tools at the house, so I could grab the truck and the tools and head to Downs. I need a sprayer. What is it I need? I've got the power thing. I don't have the sprayer, the wand or something. But I could do that. Need to go to Downs and spray that house, give it a good paint job. And then if the fence was put up, which we need to do, and you could come and go do that with me, we need to go to Downs and fix that house. At least fix it up a little bit, you know. If we put the fence back up, we could spray the house and the fence the same color. That would be nice. And even the doghouse inside the yard could be having the same color. What do you think, Joe? You're going to be able to pick me up at the airport? Fly into Denver? When the weather's better. I have to watch the weather, but I need to book a flight. I need a cheap flight to Denver. Or someone driving by on 80. It's really easy to go to my place. It's just long. I think it's 16 hours. So that's a long time to drive. Say 8 hours a day, you know. Plan on 8 hours and spending the night at a hotel. Or if I had a vehicle that had a bed in it. I've slept in the car so many times. It's really bad on my legs. I don't know about you guys. I came up here from Texas, and I slept in my car. Whenever we got tired, we pulled over. But it does cut your legs off. It's not really good for your blood circulation. And I had blood clots once upon a time in my life, so I don't want to, cause that again. Just be aware, it's not a good idea. I would pull over at a Flying J and park right in front of the restaurant because it's all lit up there. And I think they're open 24/7, I'm not sure. But I would pull there and park and go to sleep. Not that I was safe, but I felt safe there. Truckers were in and out, in and out, in and out. And they would go into that restaurant and eat, Seems like the restaurant should be closed, though. But it was still lit. That's why I did it. And with the Flying J, it is open 24/7. I went in there in the middle of the night one night. Our Dodge motorhome had broke down. I don't know how we got it there. We got it to the Flying J. And there was a place up behind it on a hill where all these trucks had parked. And we went up there and parked. We had to leave it there for a few days. My memory is shallow there, but I remember that. I think he drove it that far, and that would be in Dodge City. That Flying J in Dodge City. On the outskirts of Dodge City, probably. It was really cool. There were some things that happened when we were staying there. Okay, we couldn't go anywhere because we was broke down, and I can't remember what we really actually did. But there was a truck up there that had a damaged, I don't know if the whole delivery was damaged or just a pallet. But he was throwing all these M&Ms in the garbage. And then he offered us some. And he offered some other ones some. Anyway, we got a bunch of Easter type M&Ms. In other words, they had the Easter colors, pink and blue and yellow and green. Really pretty pastels. But he was just chucking them in the dumpster, man. I'm going, oh my God. Yeah, we took them. We had candy forever. Joe is the candy man. But he was really good at sharing. He gave candy to everybody. I think we gave it to family members, but I can't remember. They live so far away from us. We're in the middle of the country. They're over here on the West Coast and the East Coast. And Nathan is down there in Arizona. I think we would have been considered Midwest. Yeah, Midwest. Maybe not quite Midwest. Northeast Colorado is where the property is, and then Kansas is 328 miles east of there, pretty much east of there, where my house was. Okay. Yeah, we went through a lot, so much. Joe had to travel with the dogs every 2 weeks from our place there in Kansas to go to Colorado because Downs didn't want dogs. And there we were with these dogs, these puppies that grew up. And the trouble that we were in with the law wouldn't let us really do what we needed to do with the dogs. So we were in a conundrum. Is that a right word? Seems like a place where you can't go nowhere. Okay, I couldn't leave for a year because I had a misdemeanor. Now, see, I should have just left. I should have just freaking left because I never have been back anyway. They were afraid I'd leave and not come back, okay? But I could have left at any time, really. I don't think they were tailing me. Such a little teeny town. But you just never want to take a chance, and I was so busy trying to obey the law when the law was stupid. Cost me a damn lot of money. And I obeyed the law. stupid as it was. So I had a place. I had traded my house for that place in Colorado. I had a place in Colorado to go to, but they would not let me leave until a year's probation was up over a little bit of weed. They thought it was more than a little bit, but it was not. It was Kansas weed. It was no good. And all they had to do, like someone else said in the town, all they had to do was smoke it, and they could have been able to tell, well, I'll do it. You know, so because you're trying to grow it, and Joe was trying to grow it because I wouldn't let him buy it. When if he'd have bought it, he wouldn't have gotten in trouble. We wouldn't have gotten in trouble. I think there's really something wrong with that. Because we're just trying to grow a little bit for ourselves, you know. And what we did was pot was growing everywhere. It was growing everywhere out there. It was even growing out there by the, it was in the woods. And they had a shooting range out there. And it was everywhere. Joe could not help himself. It smelled good. But it was so full of seeds, it was just so bad. But it had no buzz. I mean, it had just a little taste of a buzz, and that was it. And it was gone, so why bother? I had it in a fireplace insert to burn, but I was afraid of the smell, so I hadn't burned it yet. And what did they freaking do? They looked in there. It was full of stuff waiting to be burned. It was no good. But I got in trouble for that. I gotta take this coat off. Anyway, I wish people would stop it. Stop being so stupid. I'm talking about the people that are in charge of the laws. They like their job security, I think. Because there's always going to be someone break that law. Yeah, I know, I don't look good. Okay, we're at an hour and 12 minutes. I guess really. Take those off unless I'm going to read. There's a good windshield outside too. Yep. I'd like this place. I would. It's really nice. Everybody's house is lived in, okay? This house is well lived in. Things need to be gone through and organized. There's all kinds of tools here. A couple pianos. Some big, huge speakers that are just, I wonder how expensive those are. Those belong to Teresa and Cyril. They're nice. Anyway, I need to tell them at church I've got some boxes so that people could put eggs in. Those 5 dozen that you get at the store, you know, 5 dozen box. I've showed them before. Those over there. And then the things that we get muffins in from Costco. Those would be perfect little greenhouses for the little starts. You put little pots in there with your starts in there. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Well, here's one right here. I don't have to get up very far. This little doodad. Put dirt in there, plant your seeds right in there. You wouldn't even have to have little pots. And you put this down on top, and it snaps. And then you could put a couple, 3 holes in here for some air, you know. You want some air. But anyway, I think that's really cool. So those are the muffins from Costco. So I've got a stack of these over there. And it's time to start worrying about a garden. If I had a till out there, a rototiller, could rototill up that dirt and put a garden in. They used to have a garden there. Yepers, yepers, yepers. Nice little house. And then Dad could go back and forth. He could go to Arizona and come back here. You know what I mean? He could be a snowbird. Arizona's too hot. Too hot in the summertime. But it is wonderful in the wintertime. Feels really good. I just would like a place that feels really good all year round. I don't want much, but I don't know where that is, you know? Don't want to sweat. Don't want to swelter. Is that a word? It's a word I don't use. It seems like it would go with sweating. Being hot. Like a sauna. I don't want to be like that. Here I'm pulling a label off this thing. But these are great little greenhouses. They work for pot too, Joe. These are great. They're sturdy plastic. They're see-through. I already showed you. Okay. I've got several. We don't go to Costco very much. Kathy took me not long ago, so we got 2 more of these. I love those muffins. Oh my. Oh my, my. They're just like little kegs. The poppy seed one is just like a pound cake. I love pound cake. And get you some, we don't do it, we should do that. Get some frozen strawberries that have that, they're in a glaze. So you thaw them out and they've got their own juice and they're sweet. And you put it on your stuff with a little whipping cream and there you go. You got strawberry shortcake, strawberry pound cake. Delicious. Got my mouth watering now. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna walk over there and show you. Oh, I got all this paper I tore up there. Oh. Okay. So here's some more egg cartons right there. And those. These are sitting here from a long time now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's kind of crunched. But anyway, look at that. Oh my God. That's a humongous air compressor. I wonder if it works. Ow. And that looks like a cabinet that used to belong to me. And I gave it back to Mom because I didn't have anywhere to put it. I could put that with my desk. I don't know. I'm dreaming. Just a little dreamer. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna leave my shades out here and take my glasses with me. You know, let's see, what time is it? We've got 1 hour and 18 minutes. I wonder if there was something I wanted to read. Gotta put my glasses back on. Let's put this big one here. Try to get the glare out. Doesn't look like I can do it. Okay, let's see. I don't believe it. Okay, I need to not get distracted, don't I? I'm getting distracted. Okay. Time is it? 2:04. Okay. Get off of there. See what's going on over here. Okay, sorry. I left my post, and now there's stuff. So easy to get distracted. Okay. See how easy the internet gets you. I wanted to see if there was something I wanted to read to you. Instead, I'm getting distracted in front of your face. I'm so sorry. All right, so I've got 10 minutes, and it'll be an hour and a half. And yes, I need help. Just gotta face it, I'm not young. Not young anymore. And we all think that we are. Okay, they're not gonna show me that. Okay, cool beans. I don't need to see that either. Okay, what is it that I want to do? I want to go to my scriptures, I think. Do I? Yeah, life is really strange for me right now. Okay. Gospel library. Okay, there's a glare, isn't there? I hate that light. Just don't look at me, okay? Look away. Ow. So why is that there? Darkness and apostasy will cover the earth in the last days. The Book of Mormon will come forth. Isn't that a trip? Okay? I did not leave my scriptures there. I did let Dad listen to my scriptures the other day on here, and it started with chapter 10, and this is probably where he ended. But this is what I was talking about. So, I mean, it's like, okay, I'm just going to read this one little thing, and then we'll see. This is 2 Nephi, chapter 27, and here's the synopsis. Darkness and apostasy will cover the earth in the last days. The Book of Mormon will come forth. 3 witnesses will testify of the book. The learned man will say he cannot read the sealed book. The Lord will do a marvelous work and a wonder. Compare Isaiah 29, about 559 to 545 before Christ. Wow. Well, see, that's right in that 600 years before Jerusalem's going to be destroyed, too. That's before Christ. Okay. The people of the Book of Mormon left Jerusalem 600 years before Christ. And this is pretty close to that. Okay, let's just see what it says, okay? I don't even know how many verses there are. Here's verse 1. But behold, in the last days, or in the days of the Gentiles, yea, behold, all the nations of the Gentiles, and also the Jews, both those who shall come upon this land, and those who shall be upon other lands, yea, even upon all the lands of the earth, behold, they will be drunken with iniquity, and all manner of abominations. And when that day shall come, they shall be visited of the Lord of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and with a great noise, and with storm, and with tempest, and with the flame of devouring fire. I bet I know what he's talking about. I bet he's talking about what's happening in 3 Nephi chapter 8. There's all kinds of stuff, like he was just talking about, going on, okay? That was at Jesus Christ's crucifixion, when he was being crucified on the cross, over in Jerusalem. Over here in America, there was all this stuff going on, and it's recorded there. But then it wasn't happenstance. Jesus did it. And here's Jesus dying on the cross. And you would think someone else is doing that. But he's paying back all those people who killed the prophets and all kinds of stuff. You go read that, you'll find that out. First, all the destruction is happening in chapter 8. And then chapter 9 is Jesus talking, telling them what he did and why he did it. Okay, so what I just was talking about. And when that day shall come, they shall be visited of the Lord of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and with a great noise, and with storm, and with tempest, and with the flame of devouring fire. There were cities that were burned. There were cities that were swallowed up in the earth. Where there were mountains, they became valleys, and valleys became mountains. All that stuff happened in the space of about 3 hours. There's my 3 again. Jesus lived 33 complete years. His ministry was 3 years. But there's just a lot of things in the scriptures that happen in 3s, okay? So, that's his number. That's the whole point. It is his number. And all the nations that fight against Zion and that distress her shall be as a dream of night vision. Yea, it shall be unto them even as unto a hungry man which dreameth. And behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or like unto a thirsty man which dreameth. And behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint. And his soul hath appetite. Yea, even so shall the multitude of all nations be that fight against Mount Zion. That don't sound too good. This is verse 4. For behold, all ye that doeth iniquity, stay yourselves and wonder, for ye shall cry out and cry, yea, ye shall be drunken, but not with wine. Ye shall stagger, but not with strong drink. For behold, the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. For behold, he hath closed your eyes, and ye have rejected the prophets and your rulers, and the seers hath he covered because of your iniquity. And it shall come to pass that the Lord God shall bring forth unto you the words of a book, and they shall be the words of them which have slumbered. And behold, the book shall be sealed, and in the book shall be a revelation from God, from the beginning of the world to the ending thereof. Wherefore, because of the things which are sealed up, the things which are sealed shall not be delivered in the day of the wickedness and abominations of the people. Wherefore the book shall be kept from them. But the book shall be delivered unto a man, and he shall deliver the words of the book, which are the words of those who have slumbered in the dust. And he shall deliver these words unto another. But the words which are sealed he shall not deliver, neither shall he deliver the book. For the book shall be sealed by the power of God, and the revelation which was sealed shall be kept in the book until the own due time of the Lord, that they may come forth. For behold, they reveal all things from the foundation of the world unto the end thereof. I kind of lost that. I think I drifted away. Let me go back up here. I'm sorry. So we're going to read verse 10 again, okay? But the words which are sealed he shall not deliver, neither shall he deliver the book. For the book shall be sealed by the power of God, and the revelation which was sealed shall be kept in the book until the own due time of the Lord, that they may come forth. For behold, they reveal all things from the foundation of the world unto the end thereof. Wow. So the things sealed in the book reveal all things from the foundation of the world to the end thereof. And the day cometh that the words of the book which were sealed shall be read upon the housetops, and they shall be read by the power of Christ, and all things shall be revealed unto the children of men, which ever have been among the children of men, and which ever will be, even unto the end of the earth. Wherefore at that day when the book shall be delivered unto the man of whom I have spoken, the book shall be hid from the eyes of the world, that the eyes of none shall behold it, save it be that 3 witnesses shall behold it, by the power of God, besides him to whom the book shall be delivered, and they shall testify to the truth of the book and the things therein. And there is none other which shall view it, save it be a few according to the will of God, to bear testimony of his word unto the children of men. For the Lord God hath said that the words of the faithful should speak as if it were from the dead. That's the people in that book, okay? The Book of Mormon. Wherefore the Lord will proceed to bring forth the words of the book, and in the mouth of as many witnesses as seemeth him good will he establish his word. And woe be unto him that rejecteth the word of God. But behold, it shall come to pass that the Lord God shall say unto him, to whom he shall deliver the book, take these words which are not sealed, and deliver them to another, that he may show them unto the learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And the learned shall say, bring hither the book, and I will read them. And now, because of the glory of the world, and to get gain, will they say this, and not for the glory of God. And the man shall say, I cannot bring the book, for it is sealed. Then shall the learned say, I cannot read it. Wherefore it shall come to pass that the Lord God will deliver again the book and the words thereof to him that is not learned. And the man that is not learned shall say, I am not learned. Then shall the Lord God say unto him, the learned shall not read them, for they have rejected them, and I am able to do mine own work. Wherefore thou shalt read the words which I shall give unto thee. This is verse 21. Touch not the things which are sealed, for I will bring them forth in mine own due time. For I will show unto the children of men that I am able to do mine own work. Wherefore, when thou hast read the words which I have commanded thee, and obtained the witnesses which I have promised unto thee, then shalt thou seal up the book again, and hide it up unto me, and I may preserve the words which thou hast not read, until I shall see fit in mine own wisdom to reveal all things unto the children of men. For behold, I am God, and I am a God of miracles, and I will show unto the world that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I work not among the children of men, save it be according to their faith. Very important. Faith, belief, non-wavering. No, there's a wanting to believe. Anyway, get back to this. I'm on verse 24. And again it shall come to pass that the Lord shall say unto him that shall read the words that shall be delivered him, Forasmuch as this people draw near unto me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. Therefore I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, yea, a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise and learned shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent shall be hid. And woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, Who seeth us? And who knoweth us? And they also say, Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. But behold, I will show unto them, saith the Lord of hosts, that I know all their works. For shall the work say of him that made it, He made me not? Or shall one thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? But behold, saith the Lord of hosts, I will show unto the children of men that it is yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. And the meek also shall increase, and their joy shall be in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. For assuredly, as the Lord liveth, they shall see that the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Verse 32. And they that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Therefore thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face not, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, never shall his face now wax pale. But when he seeth his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the God of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine. That's the end. That was verse 35. So there's 35 verses in 2nd Nephi 27. Well, that was a trip. That's where my scriptures took me. So that's where Dad left off the other day. So I haven't read off of there in a while. I did videos on my iPad, but I didn't read. I read off of my iPhone. That's what it was. So it was still where Dad left it. Well, listen, it took too long. I'm sorry. So now I'm at an hour and 40 minutes, but I'm going to get off here now. I have to go. You guys take care. It was real. And see, some of the best things are last. That was pretty good scripture. So take care. I don't know if I'll be back today. I really do need to get busy taking care of business, but my channel seems to be what's most important in my head. So that's all for you guys. Yeah, I'm feeding my addiction. I'm addicted to doing videos now. Trip. Anyway, so we'll take and have a good one, okay? And I'm glad I'm not in Denver. unless I was in a house where I could look at the snow and have a nice fireplace and some hot chocolate. That sounds wonderful. But, I mean, those flakes, look at Denver on the weather thing on your phone, and it shows what's going on. Those flakes were huge. And I've seen them like that, too. Anyway, I got these back on because I was reading. Thanks for coming along. And if you see something you like, please share it, okay? Yes, I know. I do not look my best. So just put me in your ear, okay? If you got a little earbud, stick it in your ear. Don't look at me. Just listen. And I'll do better. I'll endeavor to do better. But take care, okay, guys? Talk to you later.